I'm keeping motherfucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
And have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Let him know with this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say.
Terence Crawford's victory celebration in Omaha took a sudden turn when, just hours after a parade and packed party honoring his win over Canelo Alvarez, he was stopped by police in the early morning hours. Authorities reported that Crawford was driving a blue four-door sedan at high speed when officers pulled him over at 1:27 a.m. The situation quickly escalated after police spotted a firearm on the car's floorboard, prompting them to order everyone out at gunpoint.
Open up, seatbelt. I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping motherfucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tim Bradley weighed in on Terence Crawford's traffic stop, offering a sharp and thought-provoking perspective. He suggested that the events weren't just about a routine offense, but more about sending a message to the champion, whose fame has grown so much that some authorities felt compelled to remind him that no one is above the rules. Bradley likened it to a familiar pattern where joyous occasions suddenly turn tense, as if a great day can't go by without some interruption. His remarks struck a chord with fans, highlighting the ironic twist of Crawford's celebration being overshadowed by flashing lights and a tense police encounter.
I mean, Terence Crawford, he on the highest cloud, bro. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah. Before y'all start talking about my ceiling real quick, my roof, hey, it been raining and stuff. Hey, it's raining out. The clouds is out right now. You can see him in the background. I'm going to go watch the damn car in a little bit once this rain stops. But anyways, back to the video. Oh, man, look. You ain't got no city until you got the police. That's a fact. Yeah. Shoot, you ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You gotta have the law enforcement on your side, man. They gotta be looking out for you. For the good. Not for the bad, for the good. Yeah. Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He gotta be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad to see.
Crawford's security chief recounted the traffic stop with a chilling perspective, describing how the officers seemed tense and quickly escalated the situation, creating genuine fear. Being ordered out of the car at gunpoint during what was meant to be a celebratory weekend made everyone present feel their lives were at risk. He recalled how the mood shifted in an instant from calm to threatening, calling it one of the most unsettling experiences of his professional career. To him, the night went far beyond a routine traffic matter, leaving an ordeal that those involved won't soon forget.
Who was in the passenger seat, the same man who rode on the float with Bud during Saturday's parade.
Be a man who can get to receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Being the head of Terence Crawford's security, Shabazz has seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his team were leaving an after party following his parade. According to police, they pulled their vehicle over near 12th and Cass Streets for reckless driving. That's where things took a dark turn.
And as soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally had my hands on top of the ceiling and the inside of the vehicle.
According to police, an officer had identified a firearm on the...
Police reported that Terence Crawford's vehicle was initially stopped on suspicion of reckless driving, and during the stop, officers said they saw 2 firearms on the car's floorboard. The sight of the guns escalated the situation, prompting them to order everyone out at gunpoint. Subsequent checks confirmed the firearms were legally registered and properly owned, and with no further violations found, Crawford was issued only a citation for reckless driving and released shortly after. While the matter was officially resolved, many observers saw the incident as symbolic, suggesting that on the same day Crawford was celebrated as a champion, city authorities may have been sending a message about maintaining control. To some, it felt less about traffic safety and more about asserting authority in Omaha.
With a parade, KETV Newswatch 7's Pete Cudahy spoke with Mayor John Ewing, who requested that the Omaha Police Department conduct an internal investigation. And Pete, what did the mayor have to say?
Yeah, Julie, Mayor Ewing says that after such a great day yesterday, he was heartbroken hearing about the news of the traffic stop. That's why he reached out to Police Chief Todd Schmaderer and Terence Crawford himself to find out what exactly happened at that traffic stop. Omaha police released a statement saying that a car driven by Terence Crawford was stopped for driving recklessly around 1:30 in the morning on Cass Street. An officer confirmed that while Crawford was reaching to grab his information, the cop spotted a gun by...
Andre Ward, a respected voice in boxing, offered another perspective, noting that Crawford has long faced attempts to downplay his achievements. Ward highlighted that before the Canelo fight, critics often dismissed Crawford's victories, claiming he only won by decisions rather than through clear dominance. According to Ward, this narrative was a deliberate effort to undermine Crawford's accomplishments and diminish his skills. He suggested that the Omaha traffic stop fits into a broader pattern of a champion constantly having to defend his reputation against forces trying to minimize his greatness. Ward emphasized that no matter the distractions or attempts to bury his standing, Crawford's proven record and the respect he has earned inside the ring remain untouchable.
To bury Terence Crawford. They tried to ruin his reputation and say that he wasn't a draw when the numbers were there for you to see. When he went to MSG against guys that didn't have big names, or that were faded, like Amir Khan, or when he fought Kaviaskis, he did numbers. There was a smear campaign about his personality. He doesn't talk. Nobody wants to hear him. No, that you don't want to hear. So you try to speak for the masses when the whole time you have a star right here. You got to learn how to talk to this man. Even as recent as his last fight, the fight before Canelo, the smear campaign continued. I don't hear the smear campaign now. Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon, I knew this kid was going to be that, or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from and they don't have a lot to say. So I'm happy for this brother for that reason, because they tried to bury him, Roy. It didn't work. He overcame that. He said, give me my shot. I'm going to show you. And he kept doing it time and time again, and he did it again against Canelo Alvarez.
Commentators have speculated that beyond the official reports, deeper factors may have shaped the situation. Some suggested Omaha's leadership might have felt uneasy about the level of influence and recognition Crawford now held in the city. Rising from local talent to world champion, he had become not just a sports star but a symbol of community pride. Analysts hinted the incident could have served as a reminder, to Crawford and the public alike, that established institutions still held authority. This perspective ties into a larger theme. With fame often comes scrutiny, and those in the spotlight are more likely to face challenges designed to test them or curb their influence.
This officer wanted to send a statement because he doesn't like the rise of the Black Messiah. He don't like to see a black person in position of power. So he pulled Terence Crawford over for quote-unquote reckless driving. And as he approached the car, he decided to lie on his report because as he approached the car, he stated that he saw a firearm on the floor panel. Come to find out, Terence Crawford informed him as he approached the driver's side door where Terence Crawford was driving, and in the passenger side was Terence Crawford's head security guard. In the back was Coach Malachi, and a young lady was on the side of Coach Malachi in the back seat. And Terence Crawford has legal firearms, and of course his security has legal firearms. They informed the officer that they have legal firearms in the vehicle. He then brandished his firearm, pointed at Terence Crawford's face, and then got very aggressive as Terence Crawford got, and his security and everybody in the vehicle, Coach Malachi, got nervous because he started to show the actions and body language of somebody that wanted to do something completely left. And now in the police report that has been obtained by the community and released and leaked, he never puts about the reckless driving. He never puts.
Amir Khan, the former world champion, voiced strong support for Terence Crawford, stressing that no matter the controversies, Crawford's accomplishments are undeniable. Khan praised his skill and determination, noting he always believed Crawford would prove himself among the sport's best. To Khan, the Omaha incident doesn't diminish the fact that Crawford is a reigning champion with a secure legacy. He argued that attempts to pressure Crawford or downplay his achievements cannot change the reality of his greatness. For fans, Khan's perspective was reassuring, a reminder that true talent always outlasts criticism.
I knew that Crawford was going to win. You see, when I watched Crawford train back in Omaha, Nebraska, and when I was in Colorado Springs, he came into my camp. He helped me out a little bit, but at the same time, I seen him sparring some heavyweight guys. I seen him wrestling some heavy, big guys, and I thought, wow. So I asked him, I go, look, do you have like a wrestling background? He goes, yeah, we're like state champion. So that showed to me that this guy is a solid, strong person. Like, no one can push him around. No one can dictate. No one's going to put pressure on him where he's going to feel hurt because he knows how to control the ring. When it comes to box IQ, like his IQ in boxing is probably the best. I mean, he knows what punch to throw. He knows how to maneuver these heavier, big hitters and also take away their power and put his own shots in. So yeah, he's up there, one of the best ever, really.
You know, as an ex-fighter champion, I'm just curious. We heard yesterday Dana White says he's not going to acknowledge the WBC, IBF, WBO. He's going to have his own belt and the ring belt, and they want to potentially make changes to the Ali Act as well. This is a big thing here in America. How do you feel about? Is it time to make these changes and evolve, or are you more old school and think they shouldn't happen?
Ariel, I think it's the time boxing needed to change a little bit.
The gap between official reports and first-hand accounts created a clear divide in how the night's events were seen. While the Omaha Police Department framed it as a routine stop for reckless driving, Crawford's head of security described it as a terrifying ordeal, with officers acting in ways he deemed excessive and unnecessarily threatening. These conflicting narratives sparked questions about transparency, accuracy, and accountability, leaving the public struggling to reconcile the official version with the experiences of those who felt genuinely at risk.
The police report, but now we got information from Terence Crawford, his own team, and they're saying something completely different. If you listen, his head of security, Shabazz, said he was shaken up. He was like, I thought we were going to get popped by the cops that night. And crazy enough, he teaches classes on how to de-escalate and deal with police officers. So, you know, at least that's what they're saying his credentials are. So he knows how to de-escalate situations and still had a problem with Omaha PD. And the other thing that is different, he's saying that they didn't even know that he had a gun on him or there was no gun on the floorboard, which changes things. So I can't wait till we get down to the nitty gritty and the body cams and this and that, because now this shakes things up. This is no longer the story we were being fed from TMZ. This is something different. The TMZ article said the cops pulled him over for reckless driving, fair if he was doing it, and seen a gun. And in my video, I said, if those things are true, then yeah, the cop can take you out the car for everybody's safety, including their own.
City leaders quickly acknowledged the public's concern and moved to respond. Both Omaha's mayor and the police chief issued statements promising a full review of the incident, stressing that an internal affairs investigation would be conducted to ensure transparency and maintain community trust. While their words aimed to reassure citizens, skepticism lingered among those who felt the official account downplayed the seriousness of what happened. The investigation was a necessary step, but for many, the real judgment would come from whether actions matched the promises. Observers saw a larger lesson in the episode, highlighting the tensions that can arise when an individual rises to prominence in a space traditionally controlled by established institutions.
Department put out this statement. The mayor put out a statement as well. Really no meat to it, except like he's going to do an internal investigation. Everything else felt a little political. Okay, Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd Schmaderer, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding the traffic stop involving Terence Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near North 12th and Capitol Avenue. A traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. So he's pulled over because they said he's driving recklessly. All right. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. That is important. For safety, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Okay, so that's 2 guns in the car, legally. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. A police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So he requested a supervisor and lieutenant to show up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Commentators suggested that those in positions of authority can sometimes feel threatened by the rise of others, especially when that rise earns widespread public admiration. In this view, the Omaha traffic stop may have been less about traffic enforcement and more about the tension between individual achievement and established power structures. The situation reflects a broader truth. Those who gain influence often face resistance from those already in control. Some public commentary also raised concerns about potential bias, suggesting that Crawford's treatment may have been shaped by social factors beyond standard law enforcement procedure. While many expressed their thoughts carefully, they argued that the incident illustrated a wider pattern of individuals being treated differently based on identity rather than actions. This perspective fueled strong reactions from supporters who felt the stop was unfair and unnecessary. Regardless of opinion, the episode sparked a broader conversation about justice, fairness, and equality in everyday encounters with authority.
It's also incumbent for me to say that it will not be lost on a lot of people that Terence Crawford, being obviously a black man, being pulled over by cops in such fashion and treated in such a seemingly harsh way, will not go down well with a lot of people, especially in the black community, where, let's be honest, there has been tensions over the years between the police and the black community throughout many American towns and cities. So let's be honest, this incident will do nothing to improve relations between those two groups, that's for sure. Because make no mistake, this is an incident that could have gone very left, very, very left. And someone could have got hurt, maybe even fatally hurt. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because we've seen in the past where incidents of this nature have ended up very badly. So yeah, there's a lot of people who are very upset by this incident. As I said, I've not heard anything from Terence Crawford or anyone related to Terence Crawford, anyone to do with his inner circle. I would imagine he'll be releasing a statement soon. There are some people online who are suggesting that Terence Crawford may have grounds to sue. There are others saying that he might not want to sue because Terence Crawford is a much loved member of the Omaha, Nebraska community. and he does a lot of work for the city, so he may not want to sue the city. However, it'll be interesting to see how this...
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more, and we'll catch you in the next one.